Ahoy, hoy, Craig here at Magic Kingdom. It's nighttime. You can clearly tell that from looking at the lights behind me and seeing how dark it is. So today was the start of the holiday entertainment here at Magic Kingdom, and I have been working all day trying to get as much videos of the cavalcades, the projections, as much as I could, and I realized as the day was winding down, I focused on all of that, but not really about my experience and talking about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. So now I'm going to do the lazy way out. Instead of re-experiencing it all over again, I'm going to just talk about it from the comfort of my home, interspersed with the footage that I got from my day at Magic Kingdom. So I know it's not as exciting as watching me in the moment, hearing my initial thoughts, seeing if they change as time goes on, but it's what I'm going to do, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it, and let's go back to the morning.
Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing.
Made it through the Magic Kingdom turnstiles around 8:40 in the morning. I definitely recommend getting there around that time, maybe even a few minutes earlier if possible, because at 8:45-ish, the characters will make their first appearance on the Main Street train station. And this includes Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Geppetto, Mad Hatter, Alice, Peter Pan, Wendy, Mary Poppins, and then a character with Mary Poppins who looks half like Bert, half like Jack the Lamplighter. So he's one of them. I'm still not sure which one, but he is one of them. And these are all characters that you can see eventually in one of the cavalcades, one of the Christmas-themed cavalcades that start later in the day, but they do appear a few times first thing in the morning and at night when the cavalcades aren't running. And this is a great time to get your selfies with the characters, get the best photos you can where they're not just running right past you. So I would definitely get there early so you can make sure you see them. It is a nice bright way to start your Christmas filled day at the Magic Kingdom. And then around 9 a.m. the first entertainment did start for the day, courtesy of the Dapper Dans, and they board onto one of the horse-drawn trolleys, and then from that point they start singing as they make their way up and down Main Street USA and throughout the hub.
We're here on Main Street USA. How can we start it off a little Main Street USA? I want to write that we love Main Street USA. USA is the heart of America, like a holiday. Just you that big breast man, baby, fancy land, walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Merry Christmas! Have a great day. It's so great to see everybody here on Main Street.
My only issue with this style, with the Dapper Dans, is that you only really get to catch a glimpse of them as they're going about their route, unless you walk with them the entire way. You only actually get to hear about 30 seconds of each song, because the music does fade out as they transition onto the next place. So while they're going down Main Street, you'll hear the music throughout all of Main Street, but then once they get to like Casey's and the bridge to get to the hub, the music just fades out, and then it will pick back up when they start coming back down. So you just get a small little bit of it. And like for Halloween, the Dapper Dans were appearing as the Cadaver Dans on the train station, as well as in Frontierland, and they were getting to be able to sing their entire 9 to 10 minute set like we know and love from the Dapper Dans. And I was really hoping that they would do something like this on the train station at the very least for the Dapper Dans right now, because it is a nice, wonderful Christmas set, and you want to hear all those songs, not just little bits and pieces of it as they're making their way up and down Main Street USA. But you know what? It's at the same time, it's better than having no Dapper Dans at all. And I love the extra Christmas music in the park, so I'm going to accept it for what it is, but it's not perfect. And maybe they will start doing sets. Maybe I just was unlucky and I wasn't in the right place at the right time to see it. But I did see them on the trolley at least 3 times throughout the morning. And every time it was like, if you're not walking right alongside with them, you just get to hear that small little bit on their way down and then on their way back. So it's good, but it's not great. It's not perfect by any means. And speaking of that, after the Dapper Dans, after I saw their first performance at about 9 o'clock, they wrapped up 10 minutes later. Then there was more characters out on the train station at around like 9:30. We had Disney princesses in their winter gear, including Belle in her special holiday dress. Now, the thing about the princesses is they come out in 2 different groups and they rotate a couple of times in each set. So if you don't see the princess that you wanted to see, don't just walk away and give up on them. That doesn't mean that they won't come right back out, but it is very strange how they do this. It's unlike the Mickey and Friends one where they're just standing out there for 15 minutes straight, waving and talking down to people. The princesses are like, maybe, I didn't even time it, but I want to say maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then they'll switch with the group, and then that other group will come out, and then they'll switch, and then the next group comes out, and it's very strange, but I get it. It's all face characters right there in a row, and you want to have proper spacing, make sure that they're all following all the safety rules that they need to follow too as princesses. It's a very strange way to do it, but it's not the only way you can see the princesses. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but you do also get to see them up on the train station. Now, before I talk about the cavalcade, since I've already mentioned them, I think twice, I do want to talk about some of the other characters that you can see in the park. And let's talk about the big draw this year. It's not actually a big draw. It's a big draw for Disney fans, but most of the people that I was around in Liberty Square could have cared less, and that is the return of the Muppets. They are back in the window that you used to get to see them before for great moments in history featuring the Muppets. And it's a glorified photo opportunity for you, but that is better than no Muppets at all. This is not a show. They do like a little skit with it in a sorts, like when the windows are open and Kermit will throw out the Christmas banners, and that's a nice way to start it off. And then I saw photos of at one of the little show times, Fozzie and Sam Eagle, I believe, were holding and stringing up Christmas lights. When I got to see them, they were holding bells, and they were kind of ringing the bells as the parade was going by. So, they have a little fun with it, but this isn't a show in any way. The Muppets are not talking. They are just posing in the photos, so posing in the windows so you can take photos and such with them, and having a little fun with it too. But it's not a show. They're not talking. It is a photo opportunity in the grandest sense, but it's perfect. They're wearing a little bit of holiday gear with it, and it's a nice addition. It wasn't extremely, it wasn't necessary for Disney to do, but I am all there for it. I need more Muppets all the time, and I will always go out of my way to try to find them now in Magic Kingdom. Other special character appearances include Chip and Dale in Frontierland and holiday gear, the Country Bears, and then, of course, in Tomorrowland, you have Santa Stitch. Now let's talk about the cavalcades. There are 4 different cavalcades that you will see randomly throughout the day, all featuring music from Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. And, that makes sense because we're just ripping a whole bunch of floats and such from Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade that you can see in normal years at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one now.
Sweet home for
as you could see there, the first parade cavalcade was Mickey and Friends. You have Mickey and Minnie on the Christmas tree float that you could see in Once Upon a Christmas Time. You have all of the characters, kind of just like the start of that parade would be. Pluto, Donald, Daisy, Wendy, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Geppetto. On the backside of it, Mad Hatter, Alice, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Mary Poppins, and the Bert/Jack mixture there. They are all on there. It is just like the start of the parade that you would see at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And I also saw this cavalcade more than any of the others throughout the day, and it makes perfect sense. It's Mickey Mouse, it's Minnie Mouse. These are the characters you want to see when you're coming to Magic Kingdom. You want those magical moments with Mickey Mouse, and so I feel like that's probably why they want them out there as much. In this cavalcade on the train station, we want those characters. And it's not my favorite of the different cavalcades, but it is a lot of fun. And my favorite of the cavalcades is actually the Goofy one.
It's scrumptious. Something sweet. It's a marshmallow world in moving time. We've got yummy treats for everyone. Candy, candy, candy. Peppermint wreaths, peppermint sticks. Gosh, we make it all.
And just for several reasons. I mean, first off, Max Goof is driving the car that they put Vanellope in for the at least past couple of years, I think. You have Goofy replacing Wreck-It Ralph on the gingerbread float. And so now we have Goofy, who was missing in that Mickey and Friends start cavalcade. And then also Clarabelle Cow gets to make her appearance on her float and being just classic Clarabelle Cow. I mean, again, this is basically just a modified ripped section right from Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, but then also gingerbread people. Love the gingerbread people. They are adorable. I could honestly live without the princesses because that's the cavalcade that feels the least unique to me, the least Christmassy. It just uses that recycled float over and over again. And, it does use the Once Upon a Christmas Time parade music and has the winter costumes, but they are so subtle that it doesn't just have that Christmas feel to it besides Belle again in her dress. And it's a very necessary cavalcade because you need the princesses in the park in this way, but it's something just felt kind of missing from it.
Time of year. Don't forget my cookies and milk this year. Congratulations to you both.
And that leaves us with Santa Claus and his creepy reindeer. I've been very vocal over the years about my hatred for those reindeer, and that still stands. They completely creep me out. But Santa Claus is amazing, of course, and this again is just ripped directly from Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time, and we even have some of Santa's elves right at the very end, throwing their packages and such. So it's a great cavalcade, and if you have the chance to catch it in the evening as the park creeps toward nighttime, it's actually extra magical and special. I'd recommend trying to find a place to watch it in the hub area if you can be lucky enough to catch it, because there's extra lighting on the parade route there that isn't on Main Street USA, so you can actually see it a lot better since it is starting to get a little bit dark. But it's definitely a little bit more magical then.
Thanks for being a good boy. Happy holiday. Thanks for being a good little girl.
Besides the cavalcades, there's also a second trolley character show with the rest of the Pooh characters that weren't in the cavalcades. You have Rabbit, Eeyore, Piglet. They're riding on the trolley up and down Main Street, USA. And if you can't catch them on the trolley, then you might luck out and see them at Crystal Palace. And of course, they look cute with their little Christmas scarves on. Finally, and my absolute favorite special entertainment for Christmas at Magic Kingdom, the Main Street Philharmonic and the Toy Soldiers. The toy soldiers are the best part of Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, so pairing them with the Philharmonic is just plain perfect. They do play a full Christmas set as they're making their way throughout the parade route from Frontierland all the way to Main Street USA, but you really want to see them right as they hit Main Street USA, because that's when they start playing Toyland, which works out perfectly with the toy soldiers, and it just makes that experience really more special. On top of that, you know, it's live music, and then the sounds of the marching from the toy soldiers. It's the best you get from Disney, in my opinion. And that is the number one thing that I want to see when I'm at Magic Kingdom for Christmas time. There's another thing that was way overly hyped, though, that fell a little bit flat. And let's talk about them now. The nighttime projections. So here's the deal. The projection started around 6:10 on that very first night. There are 4 different projections, as you saw, and they switch every 15 minutes, and that's it. There is a final projection at the very end of the night, which is a cool magic moment if you just happen to be already in the park right around that area and really stuck it out to the end. I did not, so I haven't seen it, but I do know that it exists. I just haven't seen it in person yet. And the thing to know about the projections is that it's in no way, shape, or form a show at all. So do not sit around and wait for it like it is a show. It's literally just projections on the castle, and that's it. So it's more or less something to look at as you're moving by, but not something to just sit and stare at. It's not an attraction. It's not like watching the dream lights come on. It's not like watching Once Upon a Time or any fireworks show. Even with that, it's just something to see as you're moving about the park and adding a little extra Christmas cheer to it. And on the very first night, it was very crowded in the hub area because people did want to see it. I'm not sure if that continued on and people were packing in there, but basically I would keep an eye on that. If it looks too busy, just avoid it. It will just keep rotating throughout the entire night. So you will see all 4 at some point. If you're going to be there once they're on and stay till the very end, you will see them all. And really, you just need time to look at it real quick and take your picture. And that's it. It is nothing more than that. So don't expect too much from it. It is nice. I'm glad that they did that versus nothing at all, just having the castle on, but it's not anything to like, it's not anything to blow up in your head about being special, like seeing the lights on the castle. It's not. But, you know, I hope people do enjoy it. I enjoyed looking at it. I just wish there was something more with it. I wish there was a little bit more animation to it, like there is over at Tower of Terror with their static scenes on Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
that's basically everything. So I only had time to try one treat throughout the day, the pistachio chai tea float that was at Aloha Isle, and I did release a separate vlog of that already that you can find on this channel. I'll put a link in the description as well. But the big treat that everyone was losing their minds about was the cupcake from the Main Street Bakery, the Starbucks, that when you cut it in half, there was a hidden Mickey inside. There was a little tree on top. I don't even have a photo of it because I didn't get it, but I do. I'm sure you probably saw it if you followed social media throughout Friday and the weekend. And yeah, I want to get this. It's just a line for the bakery was insane all day. I'm pretty sure not just because of Starbucks, but because of this cupcake as well too. So I will get it at some point in time along with other treats, but I just didn't get a chance to have it yet. But I promise you I will. And that was my day. Overall, I really love what they're doing with the holidays here at Magic Kingdom. It's just a little bit more than Halloween, but not overly crazy, and kind of like Halloween, you felt like you got an extra experience, more of like what you would get from a party, but during the day. And of course, all included in the price of your admission to Magic Kingdom. So I am going to be back here as much as possible while it's going on through the holiday season. So I know I also love it over at Disney's Hollywood Studios during the holidays too. So I'm gonna have to split up my time. But Magic Kingdom with the cavalcades, then some of those touches, some of the snacks I haven't gotten to try yet. There's just so much that makes me want to actually come back here over and over and over again, and hopefully I will, and hopefully I bring other people too, so it's not just me sitting here rambling and talking and you get a fully fleshed out opinion. And of course you can do that by subscribing to our channel and also hitting that bell button so you get notified when we have new videos, hitting that thumbs up and leaving comments and questions for me. I'm sorry for all the dramatic pauses. I am exhausted, so I'm going to go. Have a good night. Maybe day or morning for you, I'm not quite sure. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.